I want you all to feel as if there is a literal, real being that is more intelligent when it comes to holiness and forgiveness and religion talking to you all. I'm here to unite humanity and make everybody love each other and care for each other and warn everyone of disasters to come. I am Jesus Christ, believe it or not, and I have compiled all the evidence that I made before I got in human form, before I even got in human form. This is time to announce myself to you all. Please, bear with me and watch this video, and please, tell me why you don't believe in me. Do not call me a false messiah or a false prophet. In the Bible, I wrote that part of the Bible to talk about these people coming in my name, to talk about the people that would go to the government and try and say they're God and aliens and wise and enlightened and say they're me to the government. I am not concerned about someone who's mentally ill or some sort of strange cult leader who pretends to be me. That's not what I'm worried about with humanity. I can have almost 0 people believe I'm Jesus if I would walk up to them on the street. So, please, listen to my evidence that I made before I even got in human form to share to you all, and this is what I am sharing, and now is the time to share it. I can prove that I am Jesus. I can prove it's the end of the world. I can prove the Illuminati is real. I can prove that I'm more powerful than my one singular human body, which I am in right now. Now look at all of these songs. These are all on Hayden's birthday. Now before you say blasphemy or evil music, it was all to get him to notice me, build up his character, and when these songs were to make him stronger and better and pray, and they all are about him or for him in a way that would also strengthen him, make him believe. There's also evidence. They're all on his birthday and day after, except for one of them. I can explain further how every single song relates only to me. And when I say me, if you see my other videos, I talk about how I entered Hayden's body, and it's time to show and prove once and for all that I'm Jesus Christ, and that I took over Hayden Robert Lonsdale's body to warn the world and prove that the Illuminati is real. Now these songs all depict a they and a we, and talks to and sings to someone that they call the one and the kid and the child. Now, welcome to the family. The lyrics are, hey kid, can I have your attention? Do I have your attention? The unforgiven, the young boy learns their rules. Indestructible, it talks about a gang. Now I really need with you to bear with me and listen to me. This is a matter of global security. It sounds crazy coming from someone with this much video quality. It sounds crazy that Jesus Christ would be on the internet talking about music, stuff that sounds like a conspiracy theory, but I need someone who actually cares. Would you carry your cross? Would you give up your life and hope it returns? Would you sacrifice for God? Do you actually love Jesus Christ, as in me? Do you actually, truly understand me? I wish I had the time and the resources to pay people to listen to me, because I know for 100% fact, if I were to talk to someone, I could convince them of who I am if I was able to talk to them long enough. Unfortunately, I have to try through videos, because talking to people around here, imagine if I were to talk to someone about me being Jesus Christ. If I talk to people about me being Jesus Christ, you have all been led astray in my name. Me turning water into wine and healing the blind, those were metaphors for giving people new sight, opening their eyes, making them see different, like a metaphor. You're all playing into the Satanist, satanic game, like a devil lie. You are all believing in what the devil wants you to. When it comes to thinking of a false Messiah or an Antichrist, it is said that there will be many Antichrists. Anyone who opposes Christ is an Antichrist. If you oppose me, after you know that I'm me, then you're an Antichrist. If you don't obey and love God, then you are anti to Christ. These songs all have codes and messages in them that only link up to me, like a brushstroke. If you look at one brushstroke, you can only see a tiny little bit of it. If you have one puzzle piece, you don't see the whole picture. And now, there's shows, movies, music, and other videos that all link up to something that would only be pointed at me and no one else. 73 songs, all on this body's birthday, in which I took over, which I can also explain how I and the Father are one. If you've known me, you've known the Father, and that Jesus has God speak through him, as in me speaking through this body to you all. And I can prove it with coded messages I hid in songs, in videos, TV, movies, stuff like that. All these songs talk about coming back again. They were all for Hayden to notice me, except for Monkey Shines. Enlightened Shadow, his former self, waiting for the time he'll take human form again. Even Iron Man. Think about it. Iron Man is a song. Let's look up the lyrics. I know this might sound crazy, but I needed Hayden to see me, even if he was being corrupted by the Illuminati and by devils. It's only partly inspired by me, just so you know. Just enough to be able to have a couple puzzle pieces per song or movie or character in a movie or a show or a plot line or pieces of the environment. I am literally living on JCT Highway. And there are many spray paints and carvings in the ground around here that points to God, and I can prove it all. That it all links up. I designed it to be like this. I'm not just a human noticing stuff. I designed it that if you put all the pieces together, that it will only link up to something and paint a picture of something beautiful and to give you faith, but also something that's terrifying. Because the fact that demonic entities known as the Satanic Illuminati are real, and that I, Jesus Christ, am real. Now, I can explain what these songs are about a different time. This might sound crazy, but you gotta bear with me why Jesus Christ would be like this. These songs all were to give Hayden Lonsdale proof of me. Just do not judge. Take the beam out of your own eye and understand that the main purpose was giving Hayden Lonsdale faith and proof, entertainment, to be able to program him to be the perfect vehicle to enter. Like I told you, it will sound like a conspiracy theory. You are talking to God when you're talking to me. Of course, it's going to sound crazy and insane. Of course, I'll have some people who say blasphemy, say I'm a schizo, but that is until you hear the whole picture, hear and see the whole painting and the whole puzzle. Explain how there's 73 songs that all would seem to be related to him and his experiences through life and on his birthday and the day after. Stuff he was into, stuff he went through, all the likes of that. Now, even with the movie Matrix, like I wanted Hayden Lonsdale to think he was the one. Hayden Christensen, Anakin. Now, the reason why Hayden Christensen played Anakin in Star Wars was because I knew that the Illuminati would be after Hayden, and that they would be pretending to be me, and that they would be pretending to be God and his father and all his stuff and his family. So I wanted him to fight them and not be evil. So that's why he was smart enough to think outside the box and know that technically it's a weird, think about it, if Anakin became Darth Vader, if he didn't have the actors, and he thought Anakin as him, the chosen one, just think about this, and then Neo. Now if you watch Neo, follow the White Rabbit, these are what these signs are like. They're like following the White Rabbit. Now, if you link these up, it'll sound like a major conspiracy theory, but it's actually evidence of me, Jesus Christ, isn't me, and God being real, also the end of the world, and also the Illuminati. And everyone is too brainwashed, distracted. When I say brainwashed, I mean you're all distracted so heavily, and it was done on purpose, so you might as well call it brainwashing. TV, sex, sin, greed. You just have to bear with me for this. I'm trying to be able to prove to you all how this is real. There are a bunch of songs that all talk about the one. This would be the perfect song to start with when I'm on this document, at least. 21 Pilots, Message Man. These lyrics aren't for everyone, only few understand. Message Man. Do you understand what I mean? There's messages in these songs. And I wanted Hayden to notice these songs and feel inspiration and courage and strength and faith. It's also for when I get back into his body, which I'll explain. I transferred my consciousness, as in me, God, transferred it into Hayden's body. Like I mentioned, it'll sound like a conspiracy theory or sci-fi, but you gotta understand. Satanists and also humans doing it by accident made me sound like I will be someone who can make bread fall from the sky. I wish I could. That'd be pretty awesome. I wish I could turn water wine, but that's not what's gonna save the universe. What will save the universe is proving to you all that at the very least, even if you just think that I'm a human that knows something about the Illuminati, even if you think I'm just an alien, even if you all think I'm the Antichrist, which I'm not, it'll at least make people tell everybody and warn everyone that the Illuminati is real, and that, in turn, Satan and the devil is real. That's not good if Satan and the devil are real. Now, there's a bunch of songs that all talk about the one and talk about a we or a they. Now watch this. Everybody hoping they could be the one. Think about it. What do you mean? That's not something people would talk about, right? And I also told you that, the atmosphere, the best day, will be right here with you through your war, because you're the one that we make this music for. Doesn't that sound suspicious? Who is this we? Who is this the one? And how important does that mean someone be? These are questions that I need you to think, and I'll answer. If you think this is some strange coincidence, then you're proving me right. You're all distracted, brainwashed, uncaring. If you thought that you were watching a video on YouTube that could literally change and save the world, what would you do? I genuinely want to see someone who could watch this whole thing and ignore it. When I say that, I want to see someone who could do that and then talk to them and ask how and why you're endangering humanity in the universe to just be distracted from me. This is another song talking about the one. Think about it. Think about the song Atmosphere. You're the one that we make this music for. Hayden Lonsdale, Hayden Christensen, Seven Nation Army. These songs all have a veil over them and are disguised to just be normal, random human songs. When in fact, if you view them the way I need you to, that I wanted Hayden to figure out slowly, that I will reveal to you all at once, it'll feel like you're taking what humans call the red pill. Like Neo, the Matrix, following the White Rabbit. That's what I want all of you to do. is follow the white rabbit. Follow me. In that movie, the reason why his apartment number is 101 is because 101 means teaching and learning the way to be the one. Like a school of thought where I could open your mind and heal your blindness. And if you pay attention at the beginning of the movie, when he answers the door for the first time, before he sees the white rabbit on the girl's arm, a tattoo on her arm, he even says, you're my savior, man, my personal Jesus Christ. And he goes to follow Trinity, like the Holy Trinity. God, the Holy Father, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus makes a Trinity. And he follows Trinity, follows Rabbit down to Trinity. And there's actually a city in the Matrix called Zion, which is a religious term. Now it's this.
The truth is, it is a simulation, and we told you that before you linked into the thing, and we told you it would wipe your memory, and that you would feel like you were helpless in the sense that the thing you are right now, you don't know what the power that you wield. So you chose that, just and we said that in this moment we would do a thing where we alerted you of the fact that you had intentionally decided to dive into a simulation, making you limited. You're very powerful. You're Thor.
Now,
in the human world
I couldn't tell Hayden Lonsdale he was Jesus yet, so I figured I'd just tell him he's Thor, because it would be too traumatizing. And I figured, well, there's no reason not to tell him he's Thor, and don't say blasphemy. Everything happens for a reason. God works in mysterious ways.
And right now you're actually Thor. He was a flight attendant when he worked in
I tried to give him faith by telling him different jobs, making him feel like he'd be more than what he was. And also not tell him about, what he really would have become. But at the same time, I had to take over his human body and eject him out of it. Where he is technically dead and I'm in his body. He just, like I told you, it's going to sound like conspiracy theories.
God, and you're confused. Joe, what?
Now, pay attention to the wording here. Douglas is talking to the one here. Like I mentioned, I downloaded myself. That's a good way to put it. Downloaded, transfer my consciousness, put myself into this universe to save everyone from the Illuminati. I have much more evidence I'd like to disclose to you all. You must understand this information can be hard to process as real. You are all in these different boxes where you are trained as humans because of the Illuminati, because of your culture, because of your religion, where you're growing up, your family, your friends, all these different aspects of what made you, and what you think and why you think it, TV. You must think, you probably will view me as someone schizophrenic or crazy or an antichrist or a false messiah, because that's what you're preconditioned, you're socially conditioned, basically pre-programmed to be like that. You need to de-brainwash yourself, which I will help you do. I will cleanse you of that and help you be reborn again and heal your blindness, heal your ignorance, and heal you from this conditioning, this brainwashing that you've all been put under, this sleep. You are all basically sleepwalking into the apocalypse. And again, I told you, there's a bunch of songs about the one and the kid. And they're all also, these songs, some of them, or a lot of them, are also to make it so the satanic Illuminati goes to different parts of the government and says that I'm some sort of antichrist or a monster or an evil person, because I knew that's what Satan would love to do, because I also, as me being me, like a psychologist, like a doctor, like a preacher, all the good stuff above what humans can be, knew that Satan would want to do that, so that other parts of the government would talk to me, or would be watching me, because they are in the top part of the government, but I need them to talk to other parts of the government. And there's also songs that you can't dispute that they're a little strange. It's almost like no one knows what they're really about. People just think they know. An apprentice. I want Hayden to feel like he was my apprentice. It talks about him sacrificing his life. His name is even Hayden. What do you think the odds of that are? You can also pause this and read it on yourself. Another time to carry the colors again. Now this is a gang reference. Now, believe it or not, do you really think David Draymond? I mean, it seems strange that someone from Disturbed would be singing about that. If you love what the song is about, believe it or not, it's not about that. I've looked it up before. It's about Hayden Lonsdale, and David Draymond didn't know he was writing it. I'm not working with the music industry. Now, even how do I say this? It sounds crazy. God isn't a gang, but my motivation, oath of sworn to defend. I wanted Hayden to feel like he was making an oath to God. For saving for all they've taken. Who's this they? I mean, I know what the song, say the song's about, but you have to open your eyes the way I need you to save the world. Are you gonna deny the Savior in front of your eyes? Now this was for him to divide away from them. And you should read this too. Now this is strange, right? Like I told you in my channel that how they want me to be a girl, and they try and turn me into Hayden again. They try and molest me and torture me in all these weird psychological ways and try and tell me to be quiet and stop talking about this stuff. Probably must be built by the people. Who's this? The people. That means they only got one boss. I see him every time I look at the crowd. Like I said, I wanted Hayden to think that I was everywhere, talking to him. In allegiance to them, like an oath from the other song. This world is just yourself, like I told him. I wanted him to think about it like that. Walk with me, my little child, to the forest of denial. He was in denial that he was me. If you really know me, you will know my Father as well. From now on, you do know him and have seen him. It's me basically saying that I am like the ambassador to earth from God. In Christ, all the fullness of deity lives in bodily form. For since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made. Lastly, God speaks through his Son, Jesus Christ, who is revealed for us in the pages of the Bible. He is the Word of incarnate, and he speaks to us by the Holy Spirit. Now that's the perfect way to describe what I mean. I and the Father are one, is a real Bible quote. If you've known me, you've known the Father. That's a real Bible quote. So when you're speaking to me, you're speaking to God. And now, I want to be honest as possible. I'm trying to find someone else who can be as humble and holy as the body in which I took over. Because I had to transfer my God consciousness and build Hayden, like the song, built by the people, by making him go through specific experiences so I can mix my God-like holiness with his experiences and have him live symbiotically with his structure. His brain, his body, his mind, his personality, so it's half of what he would be mixed with me. So I am half human, half God. I am the human form of God. This does not mean I can make bread fall from the sky. This does not mean I will turn water into wine. I wish I could. If I could, this would already be dealt with, and a lot of the bad stuff that's going to happen in the world wouldn't have to happen. And the sooner I get people to listen to me, the sooner we can all save the world and make it a happier, safer, better place for everyone. There is no such thing as a chosen religion. There is no such thing as a chosen race exactly. There is no such thing as a chosen country. Israel was one of the places to first start believing in God. I do not only love people in Israel. I do not only love Christians. I do not only love people in the Middle East. I do not only love people who believe in me. I love all humans. Any human who can accept me however I want to be, and listen to and do whatever I tell them to, and be like. So, I can explain so much more. So please, help me help you to help other people to talk to me and listen to me so I can help them to do the same thing so we can all help the whole world. Like, for instance, it talks about the horse and the Bible that's allowed to make war. Like, I have a Bible that I wanted Hayden to specifically get, and he bought it. Holman, the H. Holman Bible. And it says, Christ on a horse. We give it a name written no one knows about. So I had someone else under control by me for a couple of seconds to give him a name written no one knows about. Where he was given a sheet, paper, about 2 inches tall and 3 inches wide. I said Luke Haas on it. And I said to him, are you the type of person who give a name written no one knows about? And then he forgot about it, because I told him, just stay quiet, and he thought that he was surrounded by aliens. And so represent Luke Skywalker. So that he would want to be Luke Skywalker, and not Hayden Christensen, and not Darth Vader. Because I didn't want him to turn into Darth Vader. And I know it's crazy. I'm not saying that the Illuminati is the exact representation of the Sith, and I'm not the Sith either. I'm not the Illuminati, I'm not Darth Vader. Because many people will misinterpret this. Many people will call me an Antichrist. Many people will say I'm a false Messiah. The other day, I talked to someone, and she said, my Jesus will talk to me one day. Well, if your Jesus is going to talk to you one day, are you going to ignore him too? Because I just talked to you, and you ignored me, so what's the difference? Not good enough for you? You don't think that the Illuminati, the Satanists that were expecting me, would want you to believe that the Antichrist is real and misinterpret what it says in the Bible? You don't think they would want you to think I'm some sort of Antichrist or false Messiah? Of course they would. That's part of their game. I want to find someone who's worthy of me. Someone who doesn't just ask questions and want stuff. Someone who doesn't just want heaven. Someone who would be able to be happy with me, listening to me, doing what I say, studying, where I could say, let's study the Bible together. Let's hang out. Let's try and save humanity. Let's try and spread the word of God the way I and he, because I am the Father talking through. But there's many different ways to word it, because it might get confusing for humans, and it might sound some sort of strange, or it might sound just too strange to be real. No one knows the Father except me, and it's my job to reveal him. And the Illuminati is not me. If anyone wants to come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. I'm trying to find someone worthy, someone who could really understand me, even if you don't like me, even if you don't truly love me yet. Just understand me and know that you have to sacrifice your lives, and it's not that hard. I'm in Miami. If I could find someone who I know is serious, I wish I could fly them out here and have them come on a special plane to me, Jesus Christ, and have them give up their life and say, hey, there was someone who said they're Jesus and they can prove that demons are real and they can prove that the world is going to end. I mean, if you thought the world was going to end and you were going to die within a couple years anyways, most likely, then you might as well sacrifice your life, which wouldn't be that hard. I'm happy. And things are going to get a lot worse. So I might as well pool our resources together and try and help as many people as possible. If I could get someone to be on the internet, meaning if I could get someone to have a page that has lots of followers, this will be a lot easier than it has to be. Meaning, it could be easier depending on who follows me. For instance, another part of this is that Hayden Lonsdale's dad is named David Lambert for a reason. In the Bible, it says that Jesus Christ will be the root and offspring of a David. And it also talks about how, well, I'll be resurrected again. So his mom is named Stacy, which means resurrection. Songs on his birthday, Virtual Insanity. I'm saving you all for the Matrix. I'm Neo. We must build a new religion, in the name of the true Creator, and not the false idols and evil forces on earth. We must build a new foundation. Because last time, I saw what the Jewish people were doing and all the people around that area, and they made a religion after me called Christianity. So I was technically not a Jewish person or a Christian. I was just talking about God. So this time, I want to gather all of the wisdom and religion, and I just want to build something that will make humans happy, and I've explained it on my Facebook page. You can look it up. It's just look up Hayden Lonsdale. I know it sounds crazy, but no one's going to want to accept a friend request from Jesus Christ and take them seriously, because then people will just think I'm insane or schizophrenic until they really get to see my page. Then you guys will all realize I'm not schizophrenic or delusional. If you saw my Facebook page, you know I'm not schizophrenic or delusional at all. So please, take up your cross and follow me. You have to deny yourself and what you want, what you like, and living with me might not be that bad. Because this is actually real. I've put signs and code all over the music industry. 777 written on his arm. You come with me, then I can show you. I told you I had to build Hayden Lonsdale into me, in some of my other videos too. It's time to shed my moral disguise. I'm actually Jesus Christ in this body, and it's God who is talking through it, as in, I might be talking in some sort of weird, strange way, but it is me, God, talking to you all, wondering why no one even watches my full videos. If someone watched a full video, they would know I'm real. Unless, maybe, like I said, a lot of you will think I'm just crazy because you'll be too brainwashed. But I like to say it in a way that will inspire someone, make them be like, what? Like, I see what you see, and then really, really try and see what I see, because you're all so brainwashed, you'll think there's no way that stuff is real, even though it's right in front of your eyes. If you watch my hour-long video, that's also hour, 17-minute long video, it's not normal to all of a sudden have whatever you're eating be changed and rearranged, and whatever you're drinking be like flipped upside down and weird stuff. And then all of a sudden you start seeing people dye their hair the same color as you, and you start seeing like books rearranged and spelling out messages to you, and all this crazy stuff that's happening. People like I can explain it further because there's been a lot more stuff. It was an hour and 70 minutes long video. That was 10 seconds of me explaining it. In that video about sharing the moral of the skies, you can clearly see a lamb with a red cross on his forehead, and what actually represents the whore of Babylon Revelations. The Illuminati, Satan, the devil, lizard people, it also refers to her in many ways in the Bible, even as a man or just as a devil, serpent, Antichrist, but Antichrist will be human. To anyone who is against me is an Antichrist. So please, keep watching this. Godsmack, realign. I told you I need to complete Hayden, realign him, break them down, build them up, and complete them into something through a salva-coagula process. In this place where I once died, because I wanted him to know that it was like, I feel like it was songs about him, for him, or was me singing to him, all the above were acceptable because I planned for every wish reality. I know the pieces fit. I'll be back when it's all complete. And now I'm back. Now this is a big one. Now, when I'm furthest from myself, now I wanted Hayden Lonsdale, believe not, to hear, when a birth is from myself, I and the Father are one, I set myself down here from heaven. Like real Bible quotes that would say that. I'm from heaven. I've been invaded by the dark, trying to recognize myself when I feel I've been replaced, when I'm furthest from myself, when birth is from myself. And like I said, God works in mysterious ways. Trying to recognize myself when I feel I've been replaced. I'm Hayden's replacement. I didn't take his body from him. I took over his mind, and I'm in his body. He's technically not alive. I can feel his soul, and it's pulling back to Earth. And another leg is back in the open. This is back into orbit, but I want him to hear back in the open. Now this one, you got one time to figure it out, one time to twist it, one time to shout. Sing it with me if you know what I'm talking about. It's about God, and knowing God is real. And believing that you have to have faith and give up your life for Him. We're all alive here, right? So you all have to give up your lives to me. And it's not that hard. This song is about me getting in here because of Hayden being smart enough to listen to me and sacrificial enough and holy enough to listen to me. Like I told you, the Duncan Trussell video, I and the Father are one, don't hug me, I'm scared. Now, look at this video, where there's a don't hug me, I'm scared video that I have specifically for this. What is it? I'm scared for. I told you, God works in mysterious ways. Every single thing I show you, look up, write, every single thing on my Facebook, every single thing is all for really good reason.
We should file a claim.
I'm currently in the process of trying to give everyone faith,
You ready?
proof,
This is gonna hurt.
and I also need to lure the Illuminati out of their hiding. Sorry if you didn't hear me as good.
Oh, I guess it's my turn to choose a card.
See how that says creative and Roy right there? See what Roy means. Means king. So now, what else can Roy be linked to in this puzzle, this exquisite corpse, this painting? Roy from Rick and Morty. Let's look up.
It's more complicated out here. These are flurbos. Do you understand what 2 humans can accomplish with 3,000 of these?
Oh, what?
And he transfers his consciousness into that body. Now that's what I did with Hayden, except for I'm not really an arcade. You're not an arcade game. I'm not evil. Now, let's look at this again. This again.
or goat's milk?
Be
Do you
quiet.
have brown hair? What is your blood type? Are you allergic
Shut
to
up!
Don't touch me!
What?
Welcome to my digital home. Everything made out of numbers and code.
Wow, we're all computery.
Oh yeah, wow, because of the computer.
I don't get it. How can it be if I'm sitting at home but I'm inside the screen?
But you're not you. You're your digital you. Virtually real, but controlled by real you.
Now, I wanted Hayden to know and think about the Matrix stuff, so the real me, I and the Father are one. If you know me, you've seen him. If you've known him, you've known me. Now watch this. Like I told you, Clancy. Midnight Gospel is made by Duncan Trussell, the person who said talk to Hayden, and I wanted him to. I made him say it, and I did it to him, talking through his body to be able to talk to Hayden.
Merging with simulator in 3, 2, 1.
Now, let's look up what Clancy means. What does the name Clancy mean? Son of Flanchad. Now look up what Flanchad means. What does Flanchad? Like I told you, Roy means the Red King. Ruddy, red-haired king. Roy, think creatively with the real me, or the real someone, and being in a simulation. Don't hug me, I'm scared for. You have to think creatively enough to think of Roy from Rick and Morty. And then also think of the Duncan Trussell person who has a show called Midnight Gospel, where his name's Clancy, son of Flanchad, and Flanchad means Red Warrior. So, son of the Red Warrior. It's all linked. It all sounds like it doesn't make sense. Like I said, bear with me. Some of these puzzle pieces might not make sense to you, or might make you even want to not believe in the other puzzle pieces. Believe it or not. It's all linked to, well, the one. Neo. Me. Son of God. I'm Jesus Christ. Hayden Christian's son. The chosen one. It all links to me. All these puzzle pieces, the songs, the movies I will discuss, TV shows I'll discuss, these environmental stuff I talk about, being on JCT Highway. If you get off the bus at Miami Beach and you look behind you, it literally says JCC, but the C is blocked out from the buildings and trees, so it just says JC right behind you. If you take the right to go to the beach. All for me to be able to show you that this is real. We're in the Matrix, and I liberated it to save you all. And it's even on IAI Road. Get it? IAI Road. And that the first time I was there, in human form, there was a truck driving by that said SAIA. And their license plate, right next to where I took the picture of the truck that said SAIA. Watch this. Now, believe it or not, they changed it. The Illuminati. Oh, hold on. Means victory. It also means resurrection. God of perception, helper. It all means specific, very specific stuff.